Hi everyone, this is Galen Martling. Today I'm showing a closer look at the Betterpress Letterpress machine by Spellbinders, and I'm also going to do an accent floral using the Glimmer Hot Foil system. So to start with, I have Night and Day Pines. This is a two pack of the Betterpress plates. One of them has the leaves, more of an outline look, and they pop up and will hold the ink on the leaves only. And the other one shows more of the background, and the background will hold most of the ink, and then the leaves will show up as more of a outline that's not colored. So I'm going to show two different ways, and I'm going to use two different sets of ink. But before I begin, I'm using the cotton cardstock that comes by Spellbinders, and I'm using more of the ivory for one sheet, and I'm going to add ink blending around that just to prepare the background for the pressing. Now I'm also using one panel in a gray color, and I just love that. I wanted to see both effects, but what you can't see on camera is how the impression is more of an indented letterpress look. I love that part. You can feel the texture using Betterpress. So now for the inks on this first card, I use Betterpress ink. It is more of an oil-based ink, and they have it in different colors. I believe dye inks also work in the Betterpress, but I went ahead and I just had this set of different color inks, and I wanted to use them, especially to start out introducing the Betterpress. So I have a peach shade and more of a teal shade, and I'm just going to move those around and place that right onto that plate, the ink colors. Then I'm going to use my Sizzix Big Shot die cutting and embossing machine. I layer my sandwiches with two pieces of cardstock for paper shims. I don't have the Spellbinders Platinum machine that this was made for, so I just added some shims. You want to practice on your die cutting machines to make sure that you're getting the right pressure and the outcome is what you want. Sometimes you need a shim, sometimes you don't with different machines. So use the manufacturer recommended machines, and or just pick up the Spellbinders Platinum machine and it should be ready to go. Now I pre-used this plate, and I couldn't get all of the ink off. So I'm starting again with different colors. I'm choosing red at the top and green at the bottom. And this looks darker because the background is what's catching the ink. It's beautiful. It's going to show a little darker, and I love that. And so you just put it on there. I sped this part up a little bit, but you want to make sure you get all that ink on there, whichever colors you choose. You place that top part with the cardstock. I taped the cardstock to the inner part of that top plate, and then I ran it through my die cutting machine. In this case, I just ran it through once because I didn't want too much pressure. I didn't want it to move and shift. And there you go. That's what it looks like. I let that dry a little bit. This is an archival ink cleaner that I'm using. I believe it's by Ranger, archival ink cleaner. And I tried that to get some of the ink off. Not all of it. I didn't get all of it off, but some of it came off. But either way, it cleans and dries, and it does not get on the next project. It's just, it might stain the plate, but it's not going to transfer that ink any longer. And then I use the Glimmer Hot Foil system to start foiling the floral that I have. That is a Glimmer Hot Foil plate by Spellbinders. I sandwich that again with my die cutting machine there with the Big Shot. And I probably only needed one or two shims on this, but that's okay. So you start with the plate, you preheat your Glimmer Hot Foil machine, and when it's ready, you put your die on there, and then you set the timer. And when the timer's ready, you undock the Glimmer system, and then you place the foil on it, pretty side to pretty side. So you have the pretty side of the die facing the pretty side of the paper, and then you add the foil over it that way, and then you add your cardstock over it or your paper. So I'm doing this twice because I'm using the same floral for each of the cards, and I'm just showing you 2 times. Now I recommend you undock your Glimmer system before you put your plates on, just to make sure that you don't have any shifting that might interfere with your foiling and make like a double look, if you will. So just handle it as little as possible and just make sure nothing shifts there. So I'm taking off the clear plate on top, the shims on the middle, and the green plate that will touch the cardstock. Now, I really only needed 2 shims. I think I used 3 on this, and you'll see there's some overage foiling on it. I wasn't too concerned because the overage was on the outside, the outer part, and I die cut this using the included die with this set, and it looks so pretty. I love it. Now, if you have some overage, the best way to take away the overage foil or prevent it is to trim around your foil closer to the die, to the plate, and also to just use less shims. So then I just layered on top of each of these backgrounds. I added this beautiful foiled floral along with some foiled sentiments. So I will show all of this and all of the supplies later on. I have Night and Day Pines. I have Sending Joy Sentiments, Betterpress Letterpress system, the Magnolia Glimmer Blooms, and the Glimmer Hot Foil in gold. I love it. Thanks so much for watching. Take a moment to subscribe and have a wonderful day.